moving. And I don't know about you, but this area is very stiff today. Back and forth. Okay, squeeze and lower. So showing you side. So I'm going up into a front, into a anterior tilt, and then back. And don't have to keep going at my speed. Just go where you want to. You may want to go a little bit slower or a little bit quicker. You to find your home position. Yeah, your personal home position. So I'm going to go into A, then that's my C. My C isn't very deep today. It's very stiff in lower back today. So now I'm going to drop into B. So I know my posture today is different to what it was on Friday, yeah, because I feel a little bit more stiff. So you, again, thinking about how it feels for you. From this position, home position, take your arms up, then take them back, and then come in and down. Let's do that one more time, and we're going to go into some side bends. Open, in and down, side bend. So feet are firmly down onto the ground. Hip back, hip distance apart, toes are facing forward, and your thighs are engaged. Yeah, last two. 1, and then 2. Okay, circle back the arm, face forward to begin with, and again, now follow it back for 2. Yeah, float it back and down, and again, in, back and down. Let's try that onto the left side. So I'm going to come up and through, so stay in sagittal plane. Now go into rotation if that feels okay for you. Yeah, lovely. Okay, lift the both arms up into an abduction. So you're into a lateral raise, palms are facing down, and then just turn. So just turn, so allow the hips to turn with you. Turning round, then center, and then over to the other side. And again. So we go round, center, and then round the other side. Okay, from here, drop the arms down. Frontal raise up halfway, then take them to the top. Okay, now go into a lateral bend. So a lateral flexion over to the right. Now shoot it over to the left. Yeah, then back over to the right, and then back over to the left, and then center, and then just float the arms down in front. Okay, and again, so go to the other side. So I'm going to go up to frontal raise, then to the top. Then I'm going to go into a side bend. We're going to go over to the left. And then this is really getting the lumbar spine moving. Yeah, again, really stiff up there. Okay, come into center, leaving the arms where they are now. Drop them down halfway, and then all the way through. Now go back to tilting the pelvis forward and back. So you may find now that you're getting a little bit more movement through your A position and C, yeah, and again, A and C. Now go into your B, yeah, now this may feel a little bit easier now from the here. Go into your Cossack pose. So I'm placing my right hand on top of my left, and then I'm going to open out my chest, so my elbows are out to the side, and my forearms are down, and then I cross, yeah, so I open and close. And again, squeeze, open and close. One more time, open and close. Now, we're going to take the left hand on top of the right. So I open, then left hand on top of right, and then open, left to right. 2 more, open. Does this feel any different for you on this side? Keep those abdominals braced, engaging the core the whole time, and then drop the arms down. I want you to come up into a lateral raise, yeah? Arms, you see, as a slightly, and lower, yeah? And again, so up into a lateral raise, and lower. Single, single, double. So I'm going to come up to single, and then single to the other side, and then 2 doubles. 1, that's it, and 2. Let's do that again, single, single, double. So I go up to lateral raise, arms slightly bent, and then to the other side, and then 2 doubles. 1 and 2. Now bring the arms down at the side of you, yeah? And I want you to place your palms back, yeah? So I'm going to work the back of the shoulders. So I'm going to push back, yeah? So I push back and then lower, yeah? And tall, push back and lower. 2 more. Push and lower. Oh, it's so windy out there. And then push and lower. Should we do that single, single, double? So I'm going to come back. Now be aware of how far you're coming back on your right to your left. 2 doubles. 1 and then 2. Do that again. So I come back on my right arm and then go back on my left arm. And then I do 2 together. So I push back. And I've got something against my hands and I'm pushing back. Okay. From here, frontal raise. So I'm going to do a single. And then the other side, a single. And then I'm going to do 2 doubles. Up and lower. Lovely. And again, squeeze and lower. And again, on the right. And then onto the left. And then give me 2 doubles. Now you can do this with weights if you want. I'm recording this session so you can do it. I'm going to post it out later. Upright row. So I'm going to bring the hands up in front so the elbows are wide, yeah? So I'm working through the medial deltoid and also our upper back. And then lower. Now single, single, double. Single. And then single. And then 2 doubles. 1. Okay, and 2. Do that again. So I do a single and a single. And then 2 doubles. We haven't moved the legs yet. You're absolutely right. And then up and through. Okay, step over. So step and touch in. Yeah? Step and touch in. Lovely. Remember the lateral. So up and close. Up and so it's 1. Close it down as you come to the edge. Up and so it's step out, lateral raise and lower. Step and one more time, step and lower. Now as you step over to your right, I want you to do a frontal raise. So I come up and squeeze. So just change the position of the arms. Up, squeeze up and lower. Now take the arms behind you as you step out. So it's 1 and 2 and close. That's it. 3 and 4 and close. Okay, upright row. Remember upright row. Step out. 1 and take it 2 and down. Lovely. 3, step it out. 4, step it close. Okay, little steps now. I want you to step out for 2. So that's 1 and again and yeah, the other side. Step in. I hope you've got enough room, and so as I asked you at the beginning, just to make sure you've got enough room. Now as I come on the end, I'm going to curl up, yeah? So I step 1, now I'm going to curl my other side. So little hamstring curls. I'm engaging the back of the thigh, yeah? So 1 and 2, curl. 1 and 2, curl. 1 and 2, curl. Last time, 1 and 2, curl. Stay here, feet are nice and wide. Take the arms with you and just sit back and lift. Yeah, and again. So come down and lift. Now you come down as low as you want to, and I'm just reaching forward into that frontal raise with the arms, yeah? Okay. Now I'm going to go into a lateral raise as I squat. So I come down into lateral raise and through, yeah? Down to lateral and through. Okay, lovely. Alright. Now, take the arms behind you as you squat down. Push. So you're pushing the chest forward. Push, but keeping the head up. 2 more. Push down, tilt the pelvis back. 1 more time. Now give me an upright row. So I'm going to come down and back, yeah? Push in and lower. You have 2 more. 1 and lower. Last time. 2 and lower. Okay, release the hands, the legs are wide. Just drop your head, neck and shoulders. And then just roll it all the way down to the floor. Yeah, all the way down. And I'm feeling it immediately into the back of my thighs, into those hamstrings. Inhale, exhale, and then roll it back up. Okay, taking your shoulders back and down. I'm now going to roll down into my right leg. Okay, so I'm going to come over slightly into a slight rotation. I'm going to bend the knee and I'm going to roll down into the right foot. Yeah, so I'm going down into that position. I'm loading through the hamstring and the glute. And then inhale, exhale, I'm going to roll it back up. Okay, and then I come into centre midline. The sides of the okay, roll it all the way down. And then take it up and through, all the way to the top and centre. Bend the knees, cross the arms over, and take a nice deep breath in and out. One more time. Lovely. Take a nice deep breath in and out. Bring the feet together so the heels are together and toes are apart. Frontal raise. So I come up, open the chest, open back. Now you should be feeling a little bit more movement now into the upper body. Open back. In and down. Last time. Keep the arms open, palms down, and now rotate. So I'm going to come around to my right and then over to the left. And again, round to my right and then over to my left. Lovely. I'm going to take the arms down. I'm now going to roll down. Instead of wide, I'm narrow. I'm in my V. Drop your head, neck and shoulders. Roll all the way down. Lovely, as low as you can go. Inhale, exhale, and then take it back up. Slowly to the top and through. And shoulders back and down. Okay, remember last week we did the V step. We're going to make it nice and slow. So I'm going to step out on my right. I'm going to come down nice and low. Yeah? I'm going to step out on my left. Yeah? So I'm in a squat position. I'm going to step back on my right and then back on my left. Okay. Now, both feet are facing forward. All right? So I'm going to do a nice slow V. So I'm going to do 1, 2, pick back, 3, and 4. And then you're back to standing. And again, 1, 2, take it back, 3 and 4. Lunge it forward right. So lunge in and back, yeah? So come into that lunge and back. All right. So step in and up, yeah? Into the screen. Now use your monitor. Make sure that your shoulders are symmetrical. Now in a moment we're going to come a little bit lower. All right. So normally I say when lunging, keep the body upright, yeah? I'm going to go down to the floor, so I'm going to pick something up. So I'm going to come down and push back, yeah? Coming down into the floor and push back. And again, 1 and release, 2 and release. Stay here. Side squat. So side squat and in. Side squat and back. And again, 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Lovely. Step, just a little step with the right and then curl up on the left. Step on the left, curl on the right. Step and curl, yeah? So as I come down, I'm going to go to a little squat and curl. Squat down, curl back, yeah? So I'm doing that squat which we did, wide squat, but I'm just lifting, so flexing through the knee. And again, over and through. So down and lift, down and lift. 1, last time, 2 and lift. Lovely, hold that here. Just take your arms out, leave the legs where they are. Breathe in and breathe out. One more time. Take it through. Breathe in and breathe out. Bring the feet together. Okay, so I'm going to bring that little sequence all together. Those moves, I'm just going to put pattern together. Okay, so I'm going to start with, I'm going to move over slightly, 2 steps out. Okay, so I'm going to step 1 and then curl. If I curl, I bring it back 1, frontal raise and 2. So I'm bringing it all together, yeah? So in, so frontal raise arms and then curl. 1 and last time, 2 and curl. Now give me that V step. 1, 2, take it back, 3 and 4. And again, low, 2. So it's like what we call a monster squat in fitness Pilates. 3 more, no, sorry, 2 more. 1, 2 2, 3, and 4. Last one. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Lunge and pick up. Lunge and pick up, yeah? And again, down. You may find that it's easier to get down on this side than what it is on the other side. Yeah? Okay, one more time on each side. 1, and then we're going to side squat, side to side. Okay, side to side, over. 1, and lift. Take it down. 2, and lift. And again, 3. Last time. And then we're going to roll it all the way down, feet together. Drop your head, neck, and shoulders. And then roll it all the way down to the bottom. Inhale, exhale, and then roll it up. There we go. So big dynamic moves there. So heart rate should slightly be elevated. Okay, it's time to use a little bit of spiky balls standing, and then we're going to go down onto the mats. Okay, so if you take your spiky ball, and then just place it down onto the floor. I'm just going to come down, just reduce the monitor a little bit, just so you can see, yeah? So I'm just placing my foot onto the ball, and I'm just rolling back and forth. So at the moment, I'm just getting used to the feel of the spiky ball under my right foot. So how is the connective tissue feeling today? So remember, this connective tissue, that's all over our entire body. Yeah, so this release, this myofascial release, which we're doing through the feet, we can have an enormous benefits on the whole body. And then we're going to go side to side. Okay, side to side. Push through, and then round and round. Round and round. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's go straight over to the other side. So just making things a little bit quicker through the roll. All right, so rather than just light and light, just really getting into that fascia right there. And if you've got any aches and pains in your feet, really roll over that area a little bit harder. And then side to side. All right, and then round and round. Okay. All right, lovely. Okay, on the next one, I want you to take the ball under your right foot, and I want you to do what feels good for you, yeah? So you go forward and back, side to side, or rotation. So I want you to keep doing that, and I'm just going to come back and have a look at you all and make sure that we're doing okay. All right. All right, so we all okay? So keep that going. All right. All right, stay there. I just want to take a photograph of you all on your spiky balls. All right, there we go. Give us a wave. Okay. Well done, guys. Okay, and then change feet. So then go over to the other foot, and again, what is right for you? Yeah, so as hard as you can into that ball. Okay, into the ball. All right, lovely. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Just take your spiky ball to the side. We're going to use that when we're down onto the mat. All right, so now let us take the mat. All right, so let's just go out and roll the mat away. So giving yourself some space and just lowering the monitor. Just make sure that you have enough room. Okay. All right, so we come down onto the mat, and then you'll see me obviously when I'm down at the bottom. Okay, let's plank to begin with. So let's roll it down, head, neck and shoulders. Roll it down, walking the hands forward. Before we go into plank, let's go into our down dog. So into our calf stretch. Okay, it's called the down dog, but it's all about stretch calf muscles. Now I'm going to come down and drop to my knees, and then I'm onto all fours. Okay, so I'm going to come around and face you. From this position, I'm just going to come into my cat stretch. So taking my spine up to the ceiling, and then I'm going to lower back into cow. Alright, so opposite ends, up into cat, and then into cow. Now bring yourself into your B position, into your neutral, and then just look over your right shoulder, and then over to center, and then over to your left shoulder.
I want to be with you forever.
Okay, then from here, I want you to dip down. So come down into a little dip, and then come up into cow. Yeah, so it's like a chest press, or a tricep press. And then I'm going to come down into a little press, and then up into cow. So I'll just show you sideways. So I'm going into a press, into press, into cow stretch. Yeah? Then I'm going to come down into press, and then cow. Yes, I'm doing a press up in between. And then I lift into my cat stretch. Down, push through, and then sit back onto the hips. Back, lengthen the arms away from you into your child's pose. Just stay there a moment. Okay, so you're into your child's pose. I want you to place your right hand on top of your left, keeping your head down. And then on top of your right. Come up and through, and drop the hips down into your cobra stretch. So I'm stretching through the abdominals, and then I'm going to push back into my child's pose. And again, up and forward, and push down. Okay, now into plank. So, beginner plank. Okay, I'm going to go right back to basics and then work up, yeah? So, I'm on all fours, my hands and wrists are in line with my shoulders, and then my abdominals, I'm really pulling in up towards my spine, and I'm in a neutral position. I'm going to hold up there for a moment. And remember the belt. Remember when we've got the notches on the belt. So if we've got between 1 and 7, I want you on number 7. So as hard, as forceful as you can, really sucking up those abdominals and just allowing the shoulders to relax as much as you can. Okay, I'm now going to bring my arms away from me, and I'm going to come down onto my forearms, yeah? I'm still elevating my hips from there, and then I'm down onto my forearms, and then again I'm going to go back into my into the contraction of the abdominals. So I'm really going to pull in as tight as I can. So hold it here. So about 20 seconds. Okay. So shoulder strength. Shoulders are stabilizing us. Okay, now hold there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tuck your toes under and then come up into a plank position. Okay, so I'm just curling my toes under and I'm into my plank. Hold it there. Pull in. Again, hold for 10 seconds more. And remember, you can always go back down to your knees or onto all fours. 3, 2, 1. Take your knees and then push back into your child's pose. Lovely. Come up and over onto your back. So I want you to come into seated first, and we'll come down together. Taking your spiky ball with you, just keep it at the side of you, and we're going to use in a moment. So make sure enough room. We're going to roll it back, and we're going to do some leg sliding. Alright, so it's about stretching and sculpting with spiky ball. Alright, so I'm going to do some leg slide. It's a lovely basic exercise. Sit up nice and tall. Again, ribs are lifted, shoulders back and down. Okay. And then just come all the way back. All the way back, leaving the arms just at the side of you, taking your head, neck and shoulders down and lengthen the legs away. Okay, bring the right leg in and then bring the left leg in. So now my feet are down onto the mat and I'm in a position where we can slide the legs, we can open the knees. There's lots of variations we can do, but for today I want to just leg slide. So slide away and then bring that in, and the other side, slide and back. Yeah, so lengthening, extending the leg as you bring it back in, working the back of the thigh into the hamstring. Yeah, I'm staying in neutral spine, I'm staying here, nothing is moving yet, abdominals are not being pushed up. I've got a little gap there, so I'm in my B position, where I'm in home position, where my body is most comfortable. Taking your arms away with you. All right. As I slide my right leg away, I'm going to take my right arm back in, and then the other side. Slide. Bring that in. Yeah, and again. So slide. Now we're going to engage the brain. So I'm going to take my right arm back. I'm going to slide my left leg away. So slide and in. Yeah, and then the other. Slide. Bring that back. 2 more. 1. Okay, so we're on single arms and legs. Keep the legs in. Go onto your right leg and then take both arms back. Slide. In and the other side. Slide. And okay, try it with both legs. If it doesn't feel right, then go back to single. I slide away and then I in. Yeah, so if you're on a carpet, it's not so easy to slide. So bring it, extend, and on my next one, I'm going to bring my arm over and my knees into my chest, and I'm going to come into a little ball. Yes, I've come into a little ball. I press down, I slide away, I bring it up and in into that little ball. Okay, and again, so you slide away and then bring that up and head and neck and shoulders. Okay, one more time. So I'm bringing my body back down to the mat as I slide away, head, neck and shoulders come down. Now I'm going to progress this into a double leg stretch. We're going to do 4. So rather than take my head, neck and shoulders down and my feet down, I've just progressed to a double leg stretch. And then I take that into the little ball and then I push away.
So pure.
Yeah. Remember, you can always take the head, neck and shoulders down to the mat if you find this too difficult. Yeah, one more time. In, the last one, and push. Okay, bring it into a little ball, and then take head, neck and shoulders down. Okay, so bring your ball over, take your head, neck and shoulders down onto the mat, and we're just going to place the ball under the right foot. Alright, so before we begin, just go into a little bit of a brush back and forth on the... Okay, alright. Now, placing the foot onto the ball, alright, I want to, of course, drop the ball, so you can place it under the heel, or under the arch, but I just want a little bit of instability. I'm going to press down into the ball and both feet down at ball and mat. I'm going to tilt my pelvis and I'm going to lift up into bridge. Okay, alright, so from here I want you just to come down. So drop your right hip down towards the mat, come up to center and then over. So I'm rotating, hip hinge, over and to my right side, up and through and over to my left. Up again and down. And then up again and over. Okay, center. Now roll down vertebrae by vertebrae, all the way down. Position. Then swap the ball over. Yeah, so over to the other side. So to begin with, just a little brush back and forth we go. That's it, lovely. Okay, so then find the position that you want to place the ball under that foot. I'm going to tilt the pelvis, give you a tilt, and then lift up. So here I'm up nice and tall, hips are symmetrical, up to the ceiling, the sky if you're outside, hold it there. Okay, now we're going to hip hinge, but this time I'm going to go over to my left first. So I'm going to go over to my left, so I'm dropping my hip down towards the mat, symmetrical and then asymmetrical. Yeah, so up and then down onto the right, and then up and through. Do one more time. So down onto your left side, you're going to finish on your right, over to your right side, up to the top, and I'm going to lower down. Remember, vertebrae by vertebrae, no just dropping back down in one board, like a board, yeah? So come down, vertebrae by vertebrae, all the way through, and then right to the bottom, and there we go. Okay, take the ball just away from you a moment. All right, taking your hands just at the side of your head. All right, so I'm going to come up, lift my shoulders, and it's going to go into a basic crunch. Yeah, elbows are wide, basic crunch up, and then I'm going to come down. Yeah, inhale, exhale on the way up. It's a very basic crunch. Yeah, and again, so inhale and push, exhale and lower. Now I'm going to, as I lift up, I'm going to bring my right elbow towards my left knee, and then I'm going to lower. So I'm sculpting through the waist. Yeah. So I'm coming over to my right and then over to my left. Then I'm going to come, okay, so I'm using my right arm over towards my left knee and then over the other side. Now I'm going to take my hand away and then I'm going to come bring it to the outside of the knee. Then I'm going to come down, over to the other side and lower. And again, so reach and lower, reach. I'm going to make it a little bit harder, but I'm going to extend the leg. All right, so as I come over, I'm going to reach for the foot, yeah, and lower. And the other side, take it up, stretch. See, now as you're extending the leg, you should feel the stretch into those hamstrings, yeah, back of the thigh. Stretch, and lower. Yeah, and again. So really reach for the foot. If you don't want to do this, then go back the arm so the hand coming to the outside of the knee. So 8 and 7 and 6. Really reach for it, yeah? High as you can. 5. 4 more. 4 and 3. Last 2 and 1. Slide both legs, head, neck and shoulders down. Slide both legs and then lift the arms above the head. Okay, so just allow them just to stretch out. A lovely full body stretch. Okay, I'm going to bring my arms over, and as I do, I'm going to hug my knee. Yeah, so bringing the knee in towards the chest. Feeling into the glute stretch and lower back, right into the SI joint, sacroiliac. So again, when we went back to the beginning of the class and we were tilting the pelvis, yeah, forward and back, feeling a little bit stiff, this should feel nice as well now. Okay, I'm going to take this leg, I'm going to open up my right arm, I'm going to take this leg and I'm going to take it across. Alright, so I'm just pushing my leg down towards the floor. So I've got a nice stretch to the IT band, and then my opposite shoulder, yeah, shoulder down towards the floor. Okay, just allow that leg to relax. Okay, bring it back into center and then lower down. Okay, slide it away from you. Now slide the left leg in, bring it into the chest and hold on. Squeeze there. Again, questioning yourself, are you stiffer on this side than the other? Okay, then I'm going to open out my left arm and I'm going to roll over to my right side. So my shoulder, my opposite shoulder, I'm trying to get it down as far as I can towards the floor, yeah, down onto my mat. But this side isn't as flexible as the other, and I want you to ask yourself if you can move, if your range of movement is as big on your right as it is on your left. Okay, come up to the center and bring those knees in. Okay. Guys, just drop into a tabletop, yeah, come into a tabletop. Open out the arms, okay, open out and through, and then just knee roll. So bring the right side and allow them to drop. So you've got, hold it there a couple of seconds and then bring it up and over. So core muscles activated. We bring it up and over and then come over to the other side. Okay, hold that there. 4, 3, 2 and 1, and then back into the center. Bring your legs in, give yourself a nice little knee hug and knee release. Okay, we're ready to sit up, so take your hands just onto the underneath of the thighs and we roll up into seated position. Okay, coming forward facing front, take your spiky ball and place it under the right glute and then just do a little roll around on that glute. Yeah, so we're going to find some knots today. This is our last part of the class, so I want you to just to go over on this ball and find some sort of a knot area, yeah, especially if you've got lower back pain. Some of you may have a little bit of sciatica, piriformis syndrome, so kind of find your knot and then sit on it. All right, and just hold that there and just deep breathe. So the connective tissue, it needs breath, it needs compression, and it needs to relax as well. So the more you relax on the ball, the more benefits you will get. Okay, so now let's go back to a little rub, because all the toxins have built up under the ball, and then we go into our effleurage, yeah? Round and round, just releasing all the toxins. 3, 2 and 1. Okay, I'm going to come off the ball, my left glute, and there we go. Again, to begin with, I'm going to roll around, yeah, I'm looking, I'm investigating for some knots, yeah? So I'm finding some knots, and when you've found your knot, just sit on it, yeah, find your knot and then just sit, and then just sit. So just, you could do whatever you want to with your legs, but just relax. And I want you to think about nasal breathing, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Lovely. Okay, now go back and just rub back and forth. Just need to remember that effleurage. So we build up the toxins and then we need to flush them away. Just moving round and round into that glute, and we hold so much tension in this connective tissue, yeah, and this is great for breaking down cellulite as well. We can have more cellulite in our bottoms than anywhere else in the body. Okay, let's come off the ball, lovely. Bring your right leg over your left, right hand behind you, left arm